California's real estate industry does not want you to see this video, because their entire business model depends on you believing this state is closed to normal people. And meanwhile, there are cities here handing first-time buyers $140,000, $150,000, and in one extraordinary case up to $375,000, and almost nobody applies because almost nobody knows. The median California home hit around $812,000 in 2026, which means a conventional 20% down payment is $162,400 in cash before closing costs, and that number is why most people stop reading. But California has built the most aggressive homebuyer assistance stack in the country, and when you layer state, county, and city programs correctly, qualified buyers are getting into homes with between $0 and $5,000 out of pocket. We're talking about a Silicon Valley program that lends up to 30% of a home's appraised value, an Inland Empire city offering forgivable loans up to $80,000, a Sacramento suburb where the money is Cal Home funded and the education class is 8 hours long, and a number one that will make you check your screen twice. Smash that like button before your landlord finds out this video exists. Let's count it down. Number 12, Long Beach. Long Beach runs a first-time homebuyer program offering up to $25,000 in down payment and closing cost assistance for roughly 100 income-eligible households per cycle. And here's the part that makes it special. It's structured as a forgivable grant, with no repayment required, as long as you keep living there, and it targets first-generation buyers, meaning your parents never owned a home during your lifetime, or lost one to foreclosure. Foster care alumni also qualify. Long Beach isn't just handing out money, it's specifically trying to break a cycle, and that design choice deserves more attention than it gets. Number 11, Bakersfield. Bakersfield's first-time homebuyer program offers deferred loans covering down payment and some closing costs, and while the dollar amount is smaller than the coastal programs, the math is dramatically better because Kern County home prices are a fraction of what you'd pay 2 hours west. This is the fundamental rule of assistance programs. The same $20,000 is a rounding error in San Jose, and a serious chunk of the purchase price in Bakersfield. The city gave America Buck Owens and the Bakersfield Sound. It'll also give you a real shot at a deed. Number 10, Fresno. Fresno runs a first-time homebuyer program providing down payment and closing cost assistance inside city limits, and Fresno County's income limits tell you why it works. Low income for a family of 4 here is around $50,000, compared to roughly $100,000 in San Francisco, which means the program's assistance goes further against local prices. Fresno State anchors the economy. Yosemite and Sequoia are both roughly an hour away, and the Central Valley cost of living means a modest paycheck buys an actual house. Number 9, Santa Ana. Santa Ana's down payment assistance loan program provides eligible applicants up to $40,000 toward a purchase, structured as a zero-interest loan on a first-come, first-served basis. $40,000 in Orange County, in a city with one of the most vibrant downtowns in Southern California and a genuinely great arts district. The catch is the phrase, first come, first served, which in Orange County means the funding window closes roughly as fast as it opens. Get pre-approved before you browse Zillow. In Santa Ana, hesitation is expensive. Number 8, Elk Grove. Elk Grove, just south of Sacramento, runs a Cal Home-funded first-time buyer program with a specific requirement I genuinely respect. You must complete an 8-hour HUD homebuyer education course through NeighborWorks Sacramento before the money moves. 8 hours. The city is essentially saying that if it's going to hand you assistance on a house, you're going to understand escrow, amortization, and property taxes first. Elk Grove has also been one of the fastest growing suburbs in Northern California, with strong schools and new construction. The homework requirement is the least California thing on this list, and the most sensible. Number 7, Sacramento. Sacramento's Housing and Redevelopment Agency runs a low-income homeownership program with deferred loans for down payment and closing costs, generally targeting households at or below 80% of area median income, which in Sacramento County is roughly $72,000 for a family of 4. There's also targeted assistance tied to specific zip codes, 95817, 95820, 95824, and 95828. Neighborhoods the city is deliberately investing in. And here's the strategic advantage. Sacramento's relatively lower home prices mean the assistance goes considerably further than it would in a coastal market. Same dollars, more house, plus a state capital's job base. If you're still watching, the top 6 is where the numbers stop looking like assistance and start looking like a windfall. So hit that like button before the funding rounds close. Number 6, San Bernardino County. Unincorporated San Bernardino County offers a deferred silent second mortgage covering 10 to 20% of the purchase price, fully forgiven after 20 years of owner occupancy, for buyers at or below 80% of county area median income with a 640 credit score. You need to have lived or worked in the county for a year and contribute 3% of your own funds. Here's the critical detail. This county program is not available in Chino, Fontana, Ontario, Redlands, San Bernardino City, Upland, or Victorville because those cities run their own programs. That's not a limitation. That's a map of 7 additional places to check. Number 5, Santa Rosa and the North Bay. The North Bay runs a grant program worth up to 5% of the home price or $25,000, whichever is less, covering 5 counties, and the word grant is doing enormous work in that sentence. This is a true grant, not a loan. Not a deferred second, no repayment required, ever. The condition is that you finance through Redwood Credit Union and buy within the covered counties. In a state where most assistance comes with a repayment clock or an equity share, a program that simply gives you the money and walks away is close to unique. Wine Country, $25,000, no strings. Read that twice. Number 4, Alameda County. Alameda County's AC Boost program is aimed at a group almost every housing program ignores. Middle-income first-time buyers, the people who earn too much to qualify for low-income assistance and nowhere near enough to buy in the East Bay. AC Boost provides substantial down payment assistance as a shared appreciation loan for households that have been priced out of Oakland, Berkeley, Fremont, and Hayward. The program exists because Alameda County looked at its teachers, nurses, and city employees and did the math on what they could actually afford. The answer was nothing. So they built AC Boost. Number 3, San Jose and Santa Clara County. Housing Trust Silicon Valley runs Empower Homebuyers SCC, which can lend up to 30% of a home's appraised value in the most expensive housing market in America, where the median sale price in San Jose sat around $1,489,000 in March 2026. 30% of that is nearly $450,000 in assistance. It's a deferred loan, no monthly payments, repaid when the loan matures or you sell or refinance, and it's an equity sharing program, meaning the housing trust takes a share of the appreciation you build. That's the trade. You get into Silicon Valley. The trust rides along on the upside. In a market this brutal, that's not a catch. That's a partnership. Number 2, Los Angeles. Los Angeles Housing runs 2 programs that most Angelenos have never heard of, LIPA and MIPA. The Low-Income Purchase Assistance Program offers deferred loans up to $140,000 for first-time low-income buyers, and the Moderate Income Purchase Assistance Program offers up to $75,000. No monthly payments, repayable when you move or refinance, with full forgiveness requiring long-term occupancy. And critically, these stack with Cal HFA state programs, including Dream for All and My Home Assistance. $140,000 in Los Angeles, in a city where people have simply accepted that renting is permanent. The funding is subject to availability, and the rounds move fast, which is exactly why you should have your pre-approval and your education certificate finished before a round ever opens. Number 1, San Francisco. San Francisco's Down Payment Assistance Loan Program, DALP, offers qualifying buyers up to $375,000, interest-free, covering as much as 40% of a purchase price, for households earning up to 175% of area median income, which in San Francisco is roughly $239,000 for a family of 4. Some reporting has put the program ceiling as high as $500,000 in certain cycles. Read those numbers again. $350,000, interest-free, no monthly payments, repaid when you sell or transfer, in the city with the most expensive housing in the continental United States. The honest part, because this channel always gives you one. DALP is fiercely competitive. Rounds open with almost no notice and close within days, and applicants without a completed pre-approval and homebuyer education certificate in hand are effectively spectators. The debt-to-income ceiling of 45 to 50% disqualifies more Californians than the down payment ever did, because assistance solves the upfront problem, not the monthly one. But here is the thesis of this entire video in one sentence. The state that everyone says is impossible has quietly built the largest homebuyer assistance system in the country, and the single biggest reason people don't get the money is that they never applied. That's the list. 12 California places that will genuinely put money toward your first home. The programs are real, the funds are limited, and they always run out faster than anyone expects. If this video was useful, subscribe, because next week I'm covering the states that will write you a check just for showing up, and those programs are even wilder. Drop a comment with the city I missed, and I'll see you in the next one.